listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session on The Nasty Table, 12 gauge.
He's leaving a bad Yelp review.
Your phone is trying to
it makes the plane too heavy.
No. Yeah.
he's all drunk. Fucking Google explosion around in the microwave.
Another fine episode of Playing Bugs.
A line of ants on the opposite side of the street marching in the direction that you came from.
RAV4.
RAV4?
Fill out whatever you have to make it look how you have to, but we can't have any of us attached to it. I shake his hand. You're a good American, sir.
Special agent.
No name.
You're just repeating what you already said. What do you mean discreetness?
This is a mug moment.
I gave you technical documentation.
This is awful. I love this so much.
I do think we need to give a call to the landlord.
I just don't want that being traced back to us if we do have to burn something down.
I love these popcorn.
If you've
They're
never
so
had
good.
the cinnamon ones, they're so good.
The Great Mike and Ike's were an interesting choice.
Somebody
And I'm going to try them.
at work.
Oh, you brought these?
Yeah, someone got them.
Oh, I thought he brought them.
You want to fill up the?
Oh, of course I will.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like them, so I use them.
Oh.
Grape Mike and Ike's?
Oh, these are nice.
I never tried them.
You should.
Let me hit this.
They're called Jolly Joes.
Hey, Joe.
Hey! It ain't Mike, it ain't Ike. That motherfucker Joe right
Can
there.
I see Joe real quick?
Yo, you want to hit Joe?
Hi.
Let me get a couple
Hi.
Joes.
Hello, hi.
Bro, Joe hits.
Oh, it tastes like cough syrup.
Oh, that's foul. What are you talking about?
I don't like the Great Mike guys.
It tastes like a chewy Fanta. It's delicious.
Tastes like cough syrup.
Eat enough of them, you get to have the Hat Man.
You see spiders?
Yeah,
Shadow spiders?
Spiders crawling on me.
Jolly Joe comes and visits.
Does Nick still owe the Hat Man money?
He does, big time. It's
Okay.
so bad. Dude, and he accrues interest on it.
That's
And-
bad.
Dude, it's something like 29.5%.
What?
Yearly.
It's that high? Or was
It's-
his credit that bad?
His credit was that bad. And plus, it didn't help because he offered to refinance it, and Nick said no.
He had too much pride to refinance
No,
the
dude,
Hat Man?
he's like, I can do this. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm not gonna.
I am not in debt.
It's like the only guy you don't want to be in debt to these days.
Yeah.
No.
Right. I mean, any other financial institution, like, yeah, you can work around it. Like, you can get it done. But
Or like someone else, so at least, you do a balance transfer or something. They're not... What other institution's taking on that debt?
exactly, and that's it. It just gets me so frustrated because this isn't even the first time he's been in debt. It took him 6 years to pay it off.
Who are we talking about?
Nick.
Nick,
Talking about Nick.
he owes something like $11,000 to the Hat Man.
On what?
Exactly.
Right.
You're not gonna find answers here, Justin. Just give up, brother.
Yeah, Nick. The one, the Vans windbreaker and the nice ass.
He only eats ketchup and
does.
chicken nuggets.
$11,000 to the Hat Man. And it happened. He took Benadryl one time, made a deal once, and then he went back, and obviously it took him forever to pay off that loan, and then he took the second one. And it just drives me nuts.
It was that confidence at getting past the first round.
What was
That
the first
he
loan
felt
on?
he felt untouchable.
Because when you feel like you have financial responsibility and you feel like you have your finances in check and you're paying off 2 credit cards at the same time and you feel like you got it under control, yeah, you're going to take on multiple loans. This is not one of them, you know?
It's not one that I wouldn't
Especially with his credit score.
What was his first loan on?
touch. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Can I have a recap of the last session? Yeah, let's take a second. Let's go back over what your
Like,
objectives are.
what's our job here?
What's your objectives? Let's go through it. Whip it out.
No. Hang on.
Well,
yeah.
there's a fucking piece of paper that explains it, so you don't have any excuse not to know.
I don't know. Like, we're supposed to contain information, suppress leaks, not involve anybody.
It's in the folder of papers.
Objective 1. Formally complete cased handoff with Captain Christina Perez. Done.
Success?
We got
did-
one down.
Success.
Fuck
One,
yeah,
one out of
dude.
6 ain't bad.
Did we get a program pound for that? We completed an objective.
Yo, program
boys.
pound.
Fuck yeah, dude. Did I really just get squanched?
I gave you one.
It was you kind of shrugged it off. It was like one of those side hugs.
Where my hug at?
Have a Jolly Joe about it, bro. Fucking.
I'm gonna have 2.
Speaking of 2, number 2, investigate the murder-suicide Thomas Meyer, his motives and his knowledge of the unnatural.
What's his motive? What's his knowledge of the unnatural?
We don't really know that yet.
Bugs.
Unknown at this point.
So
Bug.
objective 2 is still up in the air.
Yeah. 3, collect or destroy any references or evidence of the unnatural using extreme prejudice.
Are the bugs unnatural?
Oh, yeah.
See, this is an interesting one because I think there is an assumption that anything we're going to be, and this is out of character, anything we're going to be looking into, investigating, whatever, is going to be like paranormal or supernatural, and maybe it's just shit not acting the way it's supposed to act.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, has any of our characters ever seen bugs or any other bugs act in the way that these have? So I would classify that as unnatural.
What if I brought you to the Hadron Collider?
Let me
and showed you some wacky fucking shit and showed you God particles and shit like
Yeah, would I still believe that bugs act the way they act? That doesn't change my bug statement.
Let me give you a hypothetical.
Wait, I'm sorry. Let me give you a hypothetical first.
Ah! Holy sorry.
Put it back! Put it back on!
Can I give you
Let
a
the audience know
hypothetical?
that the fucking our case manager just ripped his fucking thumb off.
An alien race is watching Earth like a zoo. All
I'm playing
right?
with fucking bugs.
Sure.
You drop one of those aliens in Kensington. They're going to be like, this shit is unnatural.
Like I've never seen human beings act like this. Meanwhile, it's just fucking like Jenny from the block just going,
It's unnatural.
that is a good point. And then what are your last 2 objectives?
Secondary objectives. Save lives as many as possible.
Would burning down the apartment building do that if there's someone in there?
Theoretically,
there,
if
no.
the bugs inside were
Here we go.
to go out and kill more lives,
You are building towards one of the main points of this. The needs of the many.
Yeah,
Do
like-
they outweigh the needs of the few?
Yeah, like if we-
will you guys kill an innocent person to stop these bugs from being weird bugs?
if we can
Yes.
confirm that they're dangerous, because like weird doesn't mean dangerous. Like
That's what I'm saying. So what's the danger level here? Have these bugs shown any outward aggression?
the aggression towards Pierce was noted, but also, sorry, Black Widows are a pretty aggressive species to begin with. So, I mean, out of character knowledge, I don't think anything too abnormal is happening here. Completely out of character, I think it's a super concentrated pheromone that all it does is bring them around. But
So I mean, and truthfully, I mean, this is.
like the dancing's
This
weird,
is,
but
tell me if I'm wrong. That the current impression is that Gonzo wants to burn down this restaurant because bugs are yellow.
You know, he's
Yeah,
made that
basically.
very, very clear.
yeah. I don't think there's a real threat level here.
What's the qualm? Why?
I think you're stuck in your head because you're playing an unnatural game, and you're just jumping to the conclusion that they're dangerous. But you got to remember that guy smells weird, and he might just be fucking with us.
So when Gonzo kind of noticed the symbols and the
That might be categorized as unnatural.
the symbols and also the behavior with the vials, that categorizes, yeah, exactly, that categorizes that as like, hey, these things are funky. And then when he pushed the broom through the ceiling and saw that things were kind of in the walls and attracted to something, I would call that as also unnatural.
I got a bucket full of dead rats in the back here, and they've been attracted to peanut butter. You call those dead rats unnatural?
Dude,
No, but I would consider
Go look. Go look at my bucket full of dead mice.
He does.
Go take a look.
But I would consider the
So take a field trip to go look at my bucket full of dead mice, and they're attracted to peanut butter. Is that unnatural?
No, but you would expect that. Would you expect a multitude of species being into the
Water.
same thing?
Oh yeah, big time. One more
Would
time?
you expect multiple species of different insects be attracted to the same thing?
That's truthfully odd. It is odd.
which is also called out in journals.
True.
So we have reason to believe that the bugs do play a role in the unnatural here. Or at least Johnny has reason to believe.
I poured one out for the dead homies.
I mean, everything that's been affected.
Dead rat.
That's okay. You poured
Seems
beer.
like a nice soup.
Poured beer in my bucket
Like-
of dead
like
rats.
Guinness in a stew.
Everything that's been affected.
Dude, I fucking love Guinness stew. Don't even get me started.
Do you actually like Guinness?
I love Guinness stew.
Oh.
Remember I sent you a picture of me and my apron making stew?
Yeah.
That was real.
Do you like actual Guinness though? Like, do you enjoy Guinness?
What I will say
I have
is-
to be eating like a steak.
So what I will say is any beer that is like nitro instead of just on
Yeah.
a tap
Yeah.
has a very desirable creaminess about it. I've had Cape May IPA that's been, what would you call that, nitrogenized?
Nitro brew.
Like a nitro brew, but it's a different tap. But I've had Cape May IPA that's like that. The bubbles are smaller. It's delicious. I've also had Nitro Pepsi, and that was delicious because the bubbles are smaller. So it's desirable in that regard. Flavor.
I could take it or leave
It's
it.
a stout. It's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, porters and stouts, I never really.
porters always to me are like coffee.
Yeah.
It's
like black coffee.
I could actually drink that warm, and I'd probably enjoy
It's
it.
like it's like a tea almost. Like
A
you
little Baileys?
you sip it like the way you do a tea. I feel.
I'd agree with that.
I had a piping hot Celsius that I had left in my car, and I drank it. It was piping hot, and it was a very enjoyable experience.
What flavor?
The orange.
I hate you for that.
Carbonated beverage.
Yeah.
I could see the tea being good. They have teas that are flat. I would enjoy that.
It was carbonated. It was orange. And it was piping hot, and it was good.
Their teas are good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This kind of shoots me into a question that I want to pose to the group. Would any character at this table take a bullet for another character?
Absolutely not.
No.
Nope.
I think Vinny would.
Who? All of them?
In the moment, yeah. That's just like the type of dude Vinny is.
All right. Okay.
Like just a character's life, no. But like if it served a greater purpose,
Just the character's life.
no. Like outside of an operation, and like if we were just like hanging out on the street,
Yeah.
no, not a shot.
Like, and to me, like that's just like Vinny's character. He thinks like if you guys were to get shot, you'd die, but Vinny thinks he could live.
He's built
He's
different.
built it. He's assembled with a different set of instructions.
Like he doesn't think you guys could take it.
That's super interesting. So, 3/4 of G-Cell find themselves walking out of the Tampa Police Department, making their way back to a car. There are 2 cars parked here now, a RAV4 as well as the Kona. Vinny, you find yourself in the passenger seat, tapping on the dashboard as you see your 3 compatriots step outside. The sunlight hits you. It's currently around noon. What do you guys want to do?
I throw my aviators on, and I walk to the bugs.
Quickly.
Over to the Hyundai Kona, making your way to the trunk where the bugs are kept.
How are they looking?
Open up the trunk to look inside. The Tupperware container is still there. The glass bottle is still sealed. The bugs are inside.
All right, guys, bugs are good.
Oh, thanks for checking.
All right,
I was
cool.
worried.
I'm gonna go.
Getting you an ant farm for your birthday.
Do you guys want to give this lady a call right now, or the landlord a call, and figure out what's going on? Does everyone want to hear what she has to say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why don't we all hop in the RAV, throw her on speaker, and then we'll make our move after we talk to her.
Brav has Bluetooth.
Yeah.
CarPlay.
Yes. Apple Play.
We don't have
wait,
we don't have
yeah,
Apple
we
phones.
have burners. Does the burners have Bluetooth to connect to the phone to
Sure.
the car? Beautiful.
What are we gonna ask her when we get her on the phone?
So
We're
we
gonna
tell her,
yeah
we're investigating the
the death
murder.
of Thomas Meyer. We
Yeah.
understand she was the landlord. Did you notice any suspicious activity around the place? Any
Yeah, I mean, we can
visitors?
keep
any
this
difference in
very-
behavior? Things like that.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I'll give her a call right now, and I pull up the number.
I think I have it, so I give it to you. It was on the. I googled it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dial
Yep.
in.
Dial it. Boop, boop, bop, boop, beep, beep, boop. Pring, pring, pring. Hello?
Yes, hi. My name's Hugo Clayton. I'm with the FBI. May I ask who's speaking?
This is Ravenna Michelle's.
Perfect. Ravenna, I have a couple questions for you regarding your tenants. Can you just confirm their names?
My tenants, the two above the restaurant, that would be Thomas Meyer and Janice Brown.
Perfect. I have a question about Thomas Meyer. Have you noticed anything suspicious going on with Thomas Meyer?
No.
Okay. Follow-up question. What is your availability to meet in person?
I could meet today, if necessary. Is something wrong?
Potentially. Have you seen anything regarding Thomas Meyer? When was the last time you had spoken with him?
I speak to Thomas infrequently.
So, could you give me an estimation on the last time you spoke with him?
2 or 3 months ago.
Oh, wow. But he's a good paying tenant?
Yeah, he pays on time.
Okay. What time works for you to meet up in person? We'd really love
Should
to
be
speak with you.
free around 2 o'clock.
Time check.
Noon.
Okay. Perfect. Do you have a diner, lunch work for you?
Yeah, that should work fine. There's one nearby, his residence, right down the street, if you'd like.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what's the populace like in that restaurant? Is it a little...
It's smaller.
Perfect. 2 o'clock then?
Sure, I'll meet you there.
Perfect. See you soon. Bye.
Hey man,
She didn't tell you what diner it was. You don't know.
said the residence.
Close to the residence. Google. I threw
Wait. Yeah,
What?
wouldn't it? Fuck. Don't you think it would have been a better idea to ask her to meet us in the conference room at the police station?
No.
Why?
We don't need the police knowing. We don't...
Apparently, we don't even need us knowing.
No, we
We
don't need...
could have used the conference room. They cleared it out for us. They said we could use it whenever we needed.
If it turns into that, yeah, we can take her there. But let's try and...
I just don't think it's a good idea to discuss the matters of the investigation in a public forum.
Let's see what we can glean from her without
Anybody else object to this? Or are you cool?
Yeah,
with just
no, I
meeting
don't
at
think
a
we should do it
diner?
in public. We should.
Yeah.
Maybe if we do it in public, maybe like a park or something like that.
I mean...
I feel a lot more comfortable having conversations with her. One, in an area where we can confirm she's
You just wanna
leaving
get-
and exiting, and two, we know is not bugged because we've
Well,
already scanned.
the diner, I mean, what are the odds the diner's bugged? Come on.
There's people there eating.
Yeah, what are the odds that the police station was bugged? I mean, it seems less likely than a diner, honestly.
I don't know. I would
Bug
say
this, bug that. Fucking. These
Let's
fucking people and their bugs.
Let's just get some basic information off of her, and if we need to, and if anything kind of catches our eye, let's take her outside and have a
I
further
just feel like
conversation.
if we're trying to be FBI agents, the more formalized we keep these interviews, the better off we're gonna be.
Absolutely. You've
I
never
don't-
seen these movies where FBI's having lunch in a diner with somebody?
I'm not much for FBI movies.
You're missing out, man.
I say we had to call her back anyways. See, let's just get her down here at 2 p.m. Police station.
All right. Dial her in.
Beep, boop, 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 boop. Bring. Hello?
Hey, Ravenna. Apologies for this. Slight change in plans. Can you meet us at the residency, actually, at 2 p.m.?
Sure, yeah, that's no problem.
I tap him on the shoulder and say, "Police station."
Sorry. Police station work for you?
Residency or police station?
Let's go to the police station, Ravenna. If you don't mind.
Which police station?
The Tampa. The local one. The local Tampa. We have it too.
We're never letting this guy use the phone again.
Hello?
I thought you were quick.
Fuck you.
Hello? Are you
Sorry
there?
about that, Ravenna. The local station. I can't recall the actual address. The closest to the location you're renting.
Can I look around and try to find a fucking address somewhere?
Roll luck.
There's got to be a number.
I mean, I just looked at the note.
Police substation.
I just saw the note, but like,
Roll luck.
that's cocked. Is that cocked? I'm gonna move this and say if it moves, it's cocked. Ooh, you hear that click?
I heard that click.
$54 and $50, still a fail.
Would you like to re-roll for a permanent one? Oh. You don't know. Unless you can find it on your persons.
I can't turn around and
sweet.
look at the station.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the station, you don't see a address listed there.
No substation number.
Yeah, there is a substation number there. 248
Okay.
precinct.
Fuck. I mean, I just read it right there.
Tampa PD.
If you read it, you can say it, or you can tell him.
Oh. I'd knock him on the shoulder and say 411 North Franklin Street.
I believe the address is 411 Franklin Street. Sorry, we're not from the area.
North Franklin.
Franklin's north or south?
North? North Franklin
North.
Street?
I'm sorry. Police station 411 North Franklin Street?
Correct.
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
Okay.
Apologies for the confusion.
Sure. And I'm meeting with a Hugo Clayton, you said?
Special Agent Hugo Clayton.
On regarding Thomas Meyer?
Correct, your tenant.
Okay.
Apologies for all the confusion.
That's quite all right.
2 o'clock then?
Sure.
See you then. Click.
Can we just
Nice one.
Nice recovery, okay?
Can we
the
call
fuck?
these 2 episodes like Justin makes awkward conversation? My God.
Justin plays with bugs. Justin makes awkward conversation.
I'm like holding my fucking breath when he talks to NPCs.
I didn't know where we are. I can remember this fine details.
I'm literally sitting in my chair like,
Cover your bases, man. Cover your bases before you have those conversations. It's very Nick of you. Nick does the same thing.
That was a very Nick moment.
I was trying to head it off too. Like, what are we going to talk to her about?
I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm going in.
Then you said the residency.
dude, I was like, oh my God,
Okay. Yeah. So that's done. What are you guys doing?
I say we.
You want to grab some lunch?
Well, I was gonna say
No.
we should prepare the conference room. I mean, I think we should obviously let them know that we plan to do an interview in there. I think it's only polite that we give them the heads up, but also I think we should really set the tone for a formalized interview. Let's make sure we have pen and paper ready. Let's make sure we can offer a bottle of water, cup of coffee if necessary. Again, we're not detaining her for an interview. It's more so we're trying to get as much information out of her as possible. I think we should try to make her as comfortable as possible before we do so.
So we have some time to grab lunch then. I mean, it shouldn't take long to...
Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to grab lunch during the process,
let's
it's not
burn
a
an
problem. I'm just trying
Let's
to
burn an hour.
trying to stay on task here.
Do we all need to do that?
I think it would be good for all of us to be present for the interview. I think sometimes we all pick up on certain things, others might not.
I agree.
Yeah, we have time to grab lunch if that's what you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like BLT.
Yeah, I guess we can
Let's fucking
talk
get some
over
lunch.
some moves while we're there. Sure.
Yeah, we should probably get
get
maybe a
lunch.
list of questions we'd like to ask, maybe ones that'll give us the most information. We can definitely discuss that over lunch.
So
So-
hungry, man.
Where are we going?
For the sake of brevity, you guys find a place. Are you eating in or are you ordering out?
Oh, we're eating in, and it's the diner that she called us to the first time.
We don't know where it is or what
Yeah,
it's
the one that
called.
you don't know where it
we
is or what it's
accidentally
called.
stumbled upon it.
Did you? I don't think you did. There's a place up the street. It's a little luncheonette. They got it's Hispanic run. They got Cuban sandwiches.
I'll take a Cuban.
Sure. You guys take the time, sit down. Not a lot of action this time of the day. You guys are able to get an isolated booth away from everybody. The waiter takes your orders, and you guys kind of get whatever food that you want and eating and taking. And it's nice. This is the first time that you've had a fucking like actual meal in like almost 48 hours now. So
What?
Thanks, guys. I mean, I'm kind of starving here. Beer's a little hungover. A couple empty stomach beers. I'd love some eatery. But let's get into this.
All right. So, I guess information that we have on her is pretty minimal. She's the owner of the restaurant that shut down. I don't know if she's going to mention that. I do think to some degree, we need to let her know why she's here for questioning, but we probably shouldn't divulge too much information. What is a good way to ask that? So
Let's
we
just
brought
try
you
and
here
get
we brought you here to discuss Thomas Meyer.
Let's just try and get as much information off of Thomas Meyer as we can. I mean,
The FBI owes no information to civilians.
yeah. I mean,
Right. I'm not
and the
saying
restaurant.
I'm not saying we owe information so much as like how do we ask the questions without necessarily implying that he's dead. Like we got to make sure we're real careful about talking about him in the past tense.
Well, we have reason to believe that Thomas Meyer is a suspect in a case. Can you tell us anything about him? I mean, let's just go with that. And then, can you tell us anything about the restaurant downstairs? We noticed that the
Yeah, it's not like
health
she's
inspector
close with
closed
him.
it down.
Like, it's not like
It's
Even-
just much
even if
better
we
to
tell
have
her-
these conversations.
even if we
over
tell her
the
he's a
phone.
fucking diddler and we just want information on her, she's not gonna be like, what? She says she barely talks to him.
She hasn't talked to him in 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Imagine
So-
she would have been a lot more useful if we still needed to get into that apartment.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But we can also get some information on the restaurant.
Yeah,
and
on the
neighbor.
restaurant, we noticed when we, scoped out the place, one, that we couldn't gain access to it, but two, that the restaurant was closed.
I would
Are you the
also
owner and
ask her-
proprietor?
Sorry.
What were the circumstances surrounding the shutdown, if you don't mind letting us know?
Yeah, I mean, we have
Certainly
a
not
basis of
pertinent.
questions.
Certainly not pertinent to the investigation, but
Yeah, it's just like a friendly conversation type thing, not
yeah,
as,
no,
like,
she has.
official
She also has
business.
no reason to answer us either, being that she's not under arrest.
Oh
so-
yeah,
Right.
absolutely. We can just kind of keep it
Cool.
lighthearted.
Could we say that we could help her out getting it back open? Give her a little carrot on the stick?
I mean, do we have that kind of pull here?
Does she know that?
Yeah, she wouldn't know that. It's not a bad idea.
Give her some
Um,
reason to answer us, right?
If there's
yeah.
a natural way to fit bugs into the conversation, if you could get her to talk about the restaurant, why it closed, and then if she talks about the bugs,
Well,
ask
that's what I was saying. Like, if we were to say that we visited the residence, we weren't able to gain immediate access, being that it was above a restaurant that appeared to be closed down. Do you have any information on?
Yeah,
the-
we can.
And we could almost act like we didn't even know she was the owner if you wanted to go that route.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
She may not be the owner of the restaurant. She may just
Or
be
she might be the
attendant
owner
of
and
the-
maybe not the proprietor of
Right,
it. Like, she might
exactly.
be the.
Where's our food at?
Your food does come probably in the middle of this conversation. You guys kind of switch to hushed tones as the food gets. Put your fucking dice down. What are you rolling for?
See how
fire
hot the food is.
No, I was seeing how good my Cuban was, and I rolled a 24, so it's fantastic.
No, you don't get to decide. You get the shittiest fucking
Yeah,
Cuban.
fucking
you
damn it!
No,
You
no,
gotta
you're-
do something
You
to
are
him.
getting shut the fuck down right now. It is the worst fucking Cuban. All the meat is overcooked. The bread is soggy, and it's disgusting.
No pickles either.
No pickles at all.
Are they all like that, Joe?
I just give.
No,
Just is.
yours are fine. If you guys ordered food, it's the best food you've ever had in your life, and fucking Johnny's sucks.
I just look at my Cuban downcast, and then I give it an evil eye to the waitress. It's a waitress, correct?
It's a waiter.
I give an evil eye to the waiter.
He blows you.
I don't know if you're keen on this yet, but this transaction's not going to go the way you want it to.
What do you mean?
Him.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I thought you meant the conversation with her.
Let
Who
me-
wants to take the lead on this?
I mean, I don't mind asking the questions. I mean, I already gave her a phone call. She kind of may remember my name.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, she
That
might
phone
already
call-
be pissed
that
off at
phone
you.
call did not go well.
Cut me some slack, guys. It was on the fly. Let's just do this.
Let's make Marcel talk.
I think it's clear cut.
I
Vinny,
mean,
you're a good talker.
Vinny. I mean,
Yeah, you're
I can talk to her.
you're actually quite persuasive.
Yeah, I could talk to her.
I mean, I got experience
Wait, did he
breaking bad news, and that's about it.
Did he explain to us? That's hysterical, by the way. Did you explain to us the process of getting the RAV4, or did only you see that and like no one thought
Only
about
I saw
it?
that.
So we have no knowledge of the fact that he just
We have no
fucking
idea.
told this guy, "You're gonna give us this RAV4 for cash. If anything happens to the car, you're not gonna have any way to contact us. But you're a great American. Kudos."
Fucking salute your nation, sir.
He basically said, "Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. We're taking this car."
fucking awesome.
It's so cool.
No, we have
told no one. And told no one about this.
I don't want to brag.
Vinny,
I do what I do.
yeah, I guess so.
We have no idea Vinny's a smooth talker.
Well, we've seen Vinny operate. We've seen Vinny talk.
You should have seen him at the rent-a-car.
Yeah? What happened at the rental
Silver
car?
tongue, man.
Yeah?
He had the wrapped around his finger.
Vinny, I think you are a clear cut.
I was letting him linger.
You got me wrapped around your finger.
You got me wrapped around your finger.
I think this is right up your alley, dude. I think if anyone's gonna get information, it's gonna be you, and I think you.
It can't possibly go worse than that phone call, so I got it.
I'm inclined to agree with you, and I've shown no inclination toward my words with the women. So,
Any other conversations that occur during this luncheon?
How's my French fries?
Horrible.
God damn it.
You don't listen to me. Look at me. Look me in the eyes.
you told us not to look at you.
No, well, now I want him to. Look me in the eyes. Do not fucking touch your dice unless I ask you to. I'm dead ass. I'll kill you. This is my fucking domain.
Cuban's poison. You're dead.
You are a visitor.
Cuban's poison.
The pickles were a sea cucumber. You're dead.
Hi, Kevin.
It had a rare toxin. They don't have fucking cures for.
Hi,
in the hospital.
I feel like that was an excellent roll, too. A 24? Come on. That's
Yeah,
a good
you wasted
Cuban.
it on nothing, so it's a shitty fucking Cuban.
That's a good Cuban.
All right. Anything else that you guys talk about before lunch is finished?
Man, that Cuban looks rough.
So,
Let me get some of
I
your
do have
fries,
something to
man.
say. What questions do we have for her? Just
I'll give you some of my fries.
talking about Thomas Meyer and
I think.
We keep it general.
Yeah, I think we keep it as casual as possible, which I do think Vinny would be good at. And I think we maybe play that like, just kind of let her talk to see what she has to say and see what she's willing to give us. I think the more we pry, the more we're going to deter, because I think she'll feel like something's wrong.
right.
And I think she already has a suspicion that something's wrong, so the cooler we keep the conversation, the better.
Yeah. All right.
Should we have some sort of like, and I think this is a good rule of thumb to establish moving forward, if someone's saying something that we, think might go sideways, or someone like, should we have some sort of safe word or a signal or fake sneeze, a cough maybe?
Pineapple.
See, I think that would draw attention, but if someone were to distinctly cough into the microphone, and I think that'd be good for a lot of
We can
potential-
sneeze. I mean, a fake sneeze.
You can sneeze on command?
Pretty good.
Okay.
I feel like the cough's too on the nose. I think
Have you
maybe the
have you
sneeze
have
is
you
good.
dealt with a safe word signal?
I have
Okay.
multiple times.
Cool. Okay. That I wasn't.
100%.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
What do you guys think? Is it worthwhile
with
to
the sneeze.
establish now?
I'm cool with the sneeze.
All right. So if we see things going sideways, sneeze.
Yeah.
We
Somebody,
give- we give-
if
we-
I don't notice it, someone kicked me or something, and I'll sneeze on
See, I
command
think
to catch
I
everyone's
think that's
attention.
too obvious. But if we all have allergies,
I cannot wait for the triple synced sneeze whenever Johnny says something. He'll say
Anything.
something, and all three of you at the same time go.
did you get that?
What are you dipshits talking about?
So, if things were to go sideways, we're trying to establish a way to draw attention away from what someone might be doing. So, if the conversation's going sideways, if we're about to say something that, might put, the cell at risk, we'd sneeze. We would fake a sneeze to warrant, bring it back kind of thing.
I don't know if you guys have ever talked to women before. But it's better if you want information from them and them to be truthful, that we don't, crowd around it with 4 dudes. I think I'll take this one-on-one.
All right.
That didn't answer my question at all.
But you guys are trying to gang up on a woman and get information. I
Not
think
at
she'll
all.
talk to one person.
Not at all.
more.
I just spent like 5 minutes talking about how we should keep it as cool and casual as possible so that we don't come off like we're trying to pry information out of her.
With a triple sneeze?
No. The sneeze would be if, and it goes beyond just what we're about to do now. I'm saying as a unit, if we see something going sideways, if we see someone saying something that might jeopardize the cell or might...
In the
this-
future and just general?
Yes.
Oh, alright. Yeah, that's fine. I thought you meant specifically for this.
No, I was trying to establish a sort of like
Word.
safe word, code word. He suggested pineapple. I said we should do something that's a little bit easier to cover up, like a sneeze. That would warrant a reaction from all of us to say, okay, this might be going sideways. One of us knows something, and then we discuss it later, but we kind of stray away from
Why
whatever
don't we
were
just
about to
say?
do.
Why don't we just say? Has anyone seen Agent Parker?
That's way less sus than any bodily action. You could just say that in any setting. Has anyone seen Agent Parker today?
I don't hate that idea.
That's a good
Yeah,
one, too.
no, it's fine.
Just like another agent who's not real.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Just like mention them.
Let's keep both.
We don't have a great track record of remembering names. That
Yeah.
was why I went with the sneeze or the cough, but either that's fine. Can we agree on one?
Agent Parker works for me.
All right, cool. Anybody seen Agent Parker?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I feel like that's just a good code phrase. Like just mention Agent Parker in any setting. It doesn't have to be has anyone seen Agent Parker, like just fit it into the conversation if you
No,
mention
I like
Agent
that.
Parker.
Yeah.
Because it just that provides because the problem with the sneeze and making it too you have to make it general so that we could do it in any setting.
Right.
Yeah, I mean you could sneeze in any setting.
Like, but I'm just saying like in duress I could call one of you Agent Parker or anything. Like that could be easily brought up at any time.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, Agent Parker.
Whereas like if we're like fucking looking at each other and it's like achoo, it's like we all start doing something. Everybody's like, all right, that was kind of sus.
All right, cool. Agent Parker it is. I'm all for it.
All right, yeah.
Try as you might. I've already decided the name of this session is the Triple Sneeze Protocol.
Damn, I like the sneeze.
I think both work. Both can definitely work.
I definitely see where he's getting at, though, especially like if we were getting into a heated conversation.
But then
with someone.
also with that thing, like if it's complete dead silence and it's just like a one-on-one and you guys are just kind of like casually sitting around, if they're interviewing someone and then another guy just goes, like interrupts the interrogation and is like, have you seen Agent Parker? Where's Agent Parker? Like just to put like the words into it. That's kind of awkward too.
That seems more obvious to me, but I see what he's
I think
saying.
having both is definitely good.
All right,
both.
do you guys want to keep both?
Yeah.
¿Por qué no los dos? Or sneeze.
What if I'm gonna have you guys roll sneeze checks in case you accidentally sneeze?
Performance.
All right.
What time is it?
We're looking at about 1 o'clock. As lunch wraps up, you guys get your check, pay in cash.
I leave a shitty tip.
He still blows you a kiss.
Make your way out of the restaurant.
Should we get like a box of donuts or like something like that? Some coffee?
Why not?
Yeah, I think a couple coffees. Why don't we get like 5 coffees to go?
Have you seen a Dunkin' down here yet? They got like the little pitcher thing.
Donkeys?
They got a coffee.
Dunkin' Donuts has they have a little carafe you can get. We can get one of
Yeah,
those.
the Boxo Joe.
The box of Joe.
It can't be Dunkin' Donuts.
Fucking boomers.
Oh, we're in Florida. Can I
Dunkin'
stop by the Circle
Coronas.
K?
It's Dunkin' Dognuts.
Dunkin' Dognuts. I love Dunkin' Dognuts.
No, we're in Tampa. They got a Wawa down there.
They
Where-
do got Warwas.
Oh, we're gonna
Fucking
go to a
Wawa down
Werewolf.
there. I'm gonna give
You
you a
don't need a
fucking.
Werewolf?
I'm gonna get me the worst sizzly I've ever fucking had.
Went down
We're
to
going to the
fucking
Goose
werewolf.
convenience store.
The goose.
I'm gonna get a sizzly made on bread that you would die before you ate.
Yeah. Let's clear out the fucking hot plate. Just get everything.
All right, so for the sake of brevity, what are you guys picking up for this interrogation, and what are you guys doing before you make your way back to the PD?
Boxo Mo.
Box of Mo.
Boxo Mo. Dozen dog nuts. Plates, cups, napkins. Make sure we just have pen and paper. Take notes.
Yeah.
But you want to do this alone?
Probably like in the fucking
I think-
Dunkin' Dognuts.
I think it would be better if you guys sit through the two-way mirror and just watch in on the one.
We're
line.
not doing it in an interrogation room.
do it
We were
in a
gonna have like a
conference
conference.
Yeah, I just feel like be easier to like. She might feel intimidated if there's 4
Yeah,
FBI
I
agents
do
in a
think
room.
one of us
She's
should
just a
sit in
civilian.
maybe with a notepad so it doesn't distract him. So like maybe you sit a little bit closer, or someone sits at the end of the table, just kind of
Yeah, if you want to wear like less, not like a suit, and just like have like a notepad.
I don't mind taking notes. Is anybody else in? You're in a little bit more casual clothing than me though. Just to avoid
She
the
might
change.
recognize my voice too. So
Well, and then if
That's
there was,
true.
well then,
I think 2's fine.
well that would work too. If you were just taking notes while he did the interview, you and I could go and if there was anything else on the agenda today, maybe we
Yeah,
could get a head
we
start
could go
on
talk to
that.
Samantha.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do
Why don't
that.
you guys conduct the interview and we'll go see if we can have a conversation with Samantha.
We're out in the parking lot at this point.
Yeah, you guys are in the parking lot of the Dunkin' Dognuts.
Hey Garth, what's your current agent name?
Was that to
what's
me?
your-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's your current agent name?
Kevin Knowles.
All right. Head back to the station.
So
We'll hop in the Are we in the Rav or are we in the Kona?
We'll grab the Rav.
You guys are right now in the Kona, making your way back to the police station and swapping out Gauze, Galleon, jumping into the Rav as you two kind of stay in the parking lot here. Go ahead.
Restaurant name?
That you just went to?
The one that's closed.
The Bergamo.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think we ever established that.
Italian?
You did.
What is it?
Do you consult with Galleon, who kind of looked on the webpage there?
Yeah, he's with me. He's going to do the interview. It was called the Bergamo, right? What type of restaurant is that?
Website looked like an Italian place. And the website looked pretty good. It seemed like...
and what was her name again? Something. It sounds like venomous shell or something.
Yeah, it was Michelle...
Ravina.
What is
No,
it?
Ravina Michelle.
Ravina Michelle, sorry. I had it and just...
I literally every
Vienna
time someone...
stuffed shells.
Dude, every time someone says it, I'm like, venomous shell. I'm like, fuck. It sounds awful. All right, Ravenna Michelle.
Okay. So, with Gonzo and Garfield staying at the station, Gauze and Galleon, you guys are making your way where in the RAV4?
We were heading to meet with Samantha, right?
Yeah, we have her address, I believe.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You got the address.
What was the agenda here? So you're dressed up in a suit, right?
I'm in a suit, yeah.
Okay. What was the agenda here? Did one want to ask her about, his work, what he was working on, that kind of thing?
Yeah, basically, I mean, just get a baseline. I imagine since he was at work, I mean, she's probably the one who had the most interaction with him that we could possibly talk to.
So look, maybe we go to her address, we knock up for whatever we have to do, and then, she invites us in, we can have a conversation in her home. If not, we can take the conversation to, like you mentioned before, maybe like a park or something, just a little, try and keep it casual if possible.
Yeah, I mean...
but she probably has a better understanding of the circumstances than Ravenna Michelle might have, so...
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think this one will definitely have a little bit more context without us needing to provide it. I think it'll go a little bit better.
Yeah, it should be a little easier to get some juice out of it.
Do you want to take the lead with that, or?
I can, yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
Let's head over there.
Okay. So, just to jump back, Gonzo and Garfield. Garfield, you're wearing street clothes. Gonzo, you're in your suit. You guys make your way into the PD.
I talk to the attendant and I say, hey, can you get me Captain Perez?
And Garfield, do you follow in?
I'm confused. I thought I was going to interview the lady.
We are. There's two ladies. Ravenna and Samantha. Samantha's the guy's boss. Ravenna is the landlord.
And I thought you were coming with me.
No, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Because I've already spoken with
No,
Ravenna.
you said you wanted to keep it as casual as possible. He was wearing much more casual clothing than I was, so to avoid an outfit change, and because he had already spoken to her on the phone, we're including him
I'm good
in the
now.
interview.
I missed that.
Gotcha. All right. And so are you guys bringing in like the boxed coffees and the donuts and stuff?
The bullshit.
Yeah. All right.
I just when
Dunkin' Dognuts? My favorite!
Captain Perez local, or she come out?
Yeah. So a couple moments pass before Captain Perez comes out. Special Agent Clayton.
Hey, Captain. Yeah, we'll be having a visitor here. I just want to make sure that the conference room is still available for us.
Yeah, it's yours for the entirety of this investigation. How is the investigation going?
We're making some headway. Potentially some more information may be released shortly. Have you guys still are no touching on this case? Just to be clear.
As has been made clear multiple times by your office, yes, we are no touching.
All right, awesome. Just making sure. And if any information you do find, kind of in passing, if you could let us know, that'd be appreciated.
Sure.
I love that you call her up just to throw it in her face.
It's 3 hours later.
All the time.
Wait, where is he? So where is he?
You guys are like right next to each other in like the lobby.
I'm just still testing it.
You're like, and just to remind you.
Seeing how awkward things are. I think you got a phone call from Agent Parker. You should go take that in the conference room. Achoo!
Captain Perez just kind of like looks at you.
Fucking hitting both.
What do you do?
Sorry, I got a phone call to take.
Fine.
and I walk away.
Walking away. You follow?
I just look at Cat. I'm sorry about him. I don't. I don't know what he's doing.
She just she doesn't nod. She doesn't give any kind of like outward affirmation or anything, but she just kind of like looks at you.
Have a good one, miss. I'm gonna go in the conference room with him and get ready for our interview.
Making your way back into the conference room.
I'm just like,
and dude, what's
I'm
so
like walking. I'm so embarrassed.
my favorite thing about this is like this conversation happens with like Gonzo having like 2 coffee like boxes in either hand. Garfield's holding like a fucking dozen donuts. Making your way into the conference room, the two of you come in, close the door.
Calling?
Close the door. Yeah, the phone's ringing off the hook.
Oh my god. Yeah, just set up for the interview.
So what's this interview setup look like? At this point, it's like quarter after. So 45 minutes until she's supposed to be here.
Donuts open. They might get stale, but it's okay. Coffee mugs on. You know how when you're in that conference room, the projector screen's got that little end table on top.
Sure.
Coffee mugs there, and we got the box of Joe kind of out there. I'm sitting
Box of Mo.
And I'm sitting towards the end of the table, got my notepad out, and I'm vibing, feet up on the table.
Okay. Are you doing anything in specific, Garfield?
No, I'm just ready for the interview.
And could you just be clear with me, just so I know what exactly you're wearing?
It's the pinstripe suit.
I thought you were wearing your street clothes.
Well, I switched back in for the interview.
Oh, you switched back in for the
Yeah,
interview?
because I'm an FBI
Wait,
agent.
Okay, all right.
Wait,
You make sure you tell me these things.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
That's fine.
I thought that was brought up beforehand.
You made a point that wearing the suit was a bad idea when
Times
crowding
4.
around. Okay.
Like, she already knows she's being questioned by the FBI. That was, if you listen to Justin's phone call, he said, we're the FBI. We want to question you.
I heard that. It was
So,
just... I
There's going to be one FBI agent
I
there
thought...
instead
I
of
gotcha,
4
I gotcha.
was
Okay.
my idea.
I gotcha.
I'm sorry.
So
if that
you
wasn't
did
clear.
switch back into your formal clothes?
Yeah.
Okay. Before you walked into the PD,
Yeah,
now,
like, while
or...
we were in the car, like, I just flipped into it real quick.
Okay, all right. Make sure you tell me those stuff.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
in front of
sorry,
Agent
like,
Perez.
That's yeah, you just like holding it
As he's walking in.
Can you hold these donuts for me real quick?
As he tells me Parker's taking Agent Parker's calling.
He starts like unzipping his pants.
Like, why is your
Agent
counterpart
Parker's calling.
getting undressed?
Yeah, that all just kind of happened really fast, and that's why, like, I got confused because I
Yeah.
thought he was going with me. But yeah, like, in my point of view, like,
You
instead
were also
of 4,
taking notes, to your
instead
credit.
of 4
yeah.
FBI formal agents, I wanted just one.
Sure,
and then
that's
a
fine. Just
non-formal
I
guy.
just want to be
Yeah.
clear on what you're wearing. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys kind of set up, and time is going to pass until that interview happens, until 2:00 rolls around, and I'll jump back to you guys after I clear up with these guys. But I just want to make sure that we're So, Gauze, Galleon, you guys are making your way to Samantha Clemens's house.
Using the map, we
Yeah.
have the address and
Takes you about 45 minutes to get there. It seems like anything happened on this drive. It is a pretty long drive.
What do you make all of this so far? Just honestly.
I mean, I think whatever our Thomas has made, I think it either rotted his mind somehow. I'm not sure. It makes me think of Clyde. Just going off the rails, getting lost in his work.
Yeah, Clyde was a program guy though. Like, I can see.
I mean, this is a program case.
Yeah, I know, but he had no affiliation. Like, Clyde had affiliation. I could see how that could drive a man to insanity. I could see how. I mean, even being in the police force for a long time or being in the FBI for a long time, I could see how just seeing enough stuff could, drive you to the brink of that at the very least. This one's different. This just seems like a normal guy who, like, I mean, you read through those journals, right? Like, this guy was boring as hell.
It can happen to anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just, what changed? Like, I almost want to look into the ingredients list of what he was putting together. Like, I don't know if Sam might have access to that or could provide us that, but it doesn't seem like the chemicals available to make a perfume could make someone like this unless the combination of them did. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably on the computer. The laptop, he said he was using the AI to...
Right, but it's got to be it's got to be accessible within the company, right? Like, he couldn't have been the only person with this information. They had to have been using some sort of company-provided AI. I mean, if this guy was making his own AI, he probably should have been doing something bigger than making perfumes, you'd think, right? Or making sense.
Maybe. I mean, he did say that he was talking to Samantha about getting the fast tracked.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see some. She definitely is going to know about it. I mean, we can ask her about that for sure.
It's such a catch-22 because it's like it could be so insignificant that they let one person have access to this information because, hey, we're just making perfumes. But on the other side of it, it is a company, right? Like, he can't be the only one with access to proprietary stuff.
How do we ask her about that? I mean, how do we go from, hey, your employee blew up this building?
I guess that's
what kind of perfume was he making? Like, that doesn't really make much sense if you think about it.
I guess, what can you tell us about his work? Like, what was he specifically responsible for? You know, what did he have access to? Do you have any reason to suspect that anything work-related may have, you know, caused him undue stress or things like that? Like, I almost wonder if we can make it more the pressures of work more than what he was actually working on.
Right. Maybe we can also work the angle that we want to see everything that he was touching, everything that even possibly has like a little note scrawled on it. We need to see everything he's touched.
We'd have to change our game then. We almost need to like back her into a corner to get that stuff. Like, hey, if you're running a facility that, you know, could have these risk factors, we need to know about it. And it's not to say that you'd be in trouble, but it's for the safety of others that we need to know.
Right. I think that's going to hinge on who she is too. I mean, if she's, depends on how she acts, how she reacts to us.
All right, so look, maybe we ask some surface level questions in the beginning, and then maybe we ask her, you know, if we could bother her for a cup of water, and then maybe we can discuss it midway through.
Yeah, we can definitely. I think we pivot to that kind of near the midway point. Yeah, I think we just start with base level questions like, what was he like? Did he display any kind of erratic behavior?
It's just not my area of expertise. I don't really know how to.
Yeah, I mean, it's not mine either. I mean, I'm usually talking about
we're
how's your dog been acting? Has he been eating anything weird? Like,
We're learning on the fly, I guess. See what we can get. If only Garth was here.
All right.
So eventually time does pass and you guys do make your way there. Unremarkable house, simple one-story little rancher that's kind of set up in like a cul-de-sac almost.
So it's suburban? It's not like city Tampa?
Yes,
okay,
seems
cool.
to be suburban.
Okay.
Cookie cutter houses. This one does come into view, the address that you've been given. And you see it, there's 2 cars parked out front.
Okay.
All right. Let's get moving.
All right, yeah. 2 cars. Do we want to separate her? I mean, does she have a husband here or something? Spouse?
I mean, if she doesn't want to have a conversation in the house, then we leave anyway. If she does, then, you know, maybe we just ask her for some level of confidentiality with what we're discussing.
I mean, do we want to have anyone else present for this conversation?
That's, again, where I think we're walking the line of comfort and, you know.
Yeah, it might give her a little more peace of mind if she is at home and she knows someone's there with her who she knows.
I say if we can interview her in the house, she's definitely going to be a lot more comfortable. She always reserves the right to ask us to leave. She's not under arrest, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can always, I mean, we don't need to get into specifics. We don't need to, like, talk about anything. We can just ask for stuff and she can give us to us at a later date.
Sure. No, I agree with that. I think that's the move.
Yeah, let's try to keep this bridge open. Mm-hmm. For sure. This could be a very, really, really valuable lead for us. I mean,
so let's try to not fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
There goes the sneeze.
Heading up to the door.
Really let's try to fuck it up.
Heading up to the door. Oh no, we should fuck it up.
Yeah, let's fuck it up.
Oh, we want to fuck it up. Okay.
Making your way up to the door. You see like some simple little planters in like the lawn and stuff like that. It seems to be a well-kept lawn, a well-kept home. There's a doorbell and there's like a door knocker. What do you guys do?
I ring the doorbell.
Bing bong. A couple moments pass before you can see the door begin to open and you see a man. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Clements?
That's me, yeah.
Hey, is Samantha available?
Yeah, Samantha's here. Who Who are you?
Special Agent Parkman, FBI. Just have a few questions.
Sure, yeah, I'll get her in a second. You want to come in?
If you'd like, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Please, yeah,
Thank
please. Make your way in.
How you doing, sir? Special Agent Stein.
He sticks his he like turns around to like let you guys in, and then turns around as he hears your voice and shakes your hand. Sure, just come in, have a seat right over there, and you can see it's a very simple setup. You see like there's a dining room off to the left, ahead is like a living room, and off to the right there's like a little kitchen area. The living room looks really nice. It's not hard. I'm not going to make you make a roll. These people seem well off, just based off of how their furniture is kept and like the different kind of sculptures and stuff that you see kind of placed about. Big flat screen TV in the living room too. You can just have a seat right there. I'll go get Samantha.
All right. Do I smell any pets, any dogs?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Nope. You don't smell anything at all.
Really?
Fresh linens maybe, but nothing that is suspicious or outwardly noticeable.
I didn't catch a scent on him.
Not one that is odd or alarming.
Aqua Velva.
Yeah. I was thinking more cologne area.
Aqua di Gio.
Yeah.
Few moments pass. Do you guys sit down where he kind of instructed you to?
I'm standing until she comes into the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm standing behind a chair.
Yeah. And it's very, very quick until you see her kind of like walk out. And you can see this woman, red hair, pretty, wearing like this blouse and these long pants as she kind of like steps out and looks out. Hello?
Hey, Samantha. Sorry to barge in you like this. Otis Parkman, FBI. Just here to ask you a couple questions about Thomas. Sure, it's a hard time for you. We'll try to keep it brief.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I was expecting this. Absolutely, yeah. Please.
All right.
Have a seat right over there. I'll can I get you guys anything? Water, coffee?
We're good for now.
Good for now.
Tea,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
No?
you. I appreciate
Sure.
it.
Special Agent William Stein, by the way.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Mr. Agent Parkman's partner.
So, and she kind of like sits down on like a double stuffed kind of single couch across
Tyler,
from
just
you
ask.
guys.
I got you.
You got it?
Yep.
Perfect.
And there's like a table in the middle there. She looks over.
Samantha, if you don't mind, my partner's going to ask you some questions. I'm just going to be taking some notes if you're comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want to help you guys, get to the bottom of this as much as I can. When, Detective Brooks told me all about what happened, I was concerned about all the stuff and then, anything that happened with Thomas. So, yeah, I'm an open book for you guys.
All right.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
And you can notice kind of as she's talking, her husband is behind her in the kitchen. Looks like he's like maybe preparing dinner or like working on something, just kind of like opening the fridge, taking stuff out, cutting stuff on a cutting board.
Mrs. Clemens, if you don't mind, are you comfortable with your husband here? I understand there's some sort of level of confidentiality with your position. I just want to make sure that
He knows everything that I know, so as long as there's... And she kind of looks back at him. John doesn't mind.
Okay.
It's
Just
your-
wanted to make sure you were in as comfortable a position as possible to discuss the matters, as private as they may be.
That's fine.
So, what can you tell us about Thomas? What was he like?
He was unremarkable, but gifted. As gifted a chemist I've ever seen, I would say, especially working for a company like us. I mean, he should truthfully have been working in a much, much higher field. Not to put any dampeners on the work that we do, but he was a very, very gifted chemist. He always did good work. He was always on time, always making good products for us at least, but for the most part, personality-wise, fairly vanilla,
Okay.
I would say.
Did you hire him?
I did.
What kind of qualifications did he have? Was he...
He was trained. He had his master's degree in chemistry, biochemical engineering as well. Extending off of that, he did have some work for an extended period of time at a industrial chemical plant, about 7 years.
Okay.
He wanted to get in the field originally, and I remember our interview actually pretty well, strictly because he was looking for something more on the cosmetic side of things, that he was more interested in making products than making products that make products.
Okay, yeah. So how long has he been with Fulvio?
He was hired in 2004, so 15 years, I would say.
Okay. And in that time, you said unremarkable, there's not been any real problems with him?
No, he was friendly, no disciplinary actions. He was never late. He was always on time. Always, helped us make any kind of projections or goals that we had. He was a team player, I would say.
Did you notice any changes with him at all nearing the date of the event?
The last couple of months, he did request to work from home, mainly, which I did grant. He had easily have earned that. So I did allow him to work from home. But no, nothing was odd, I would say. We checked in every quarter or so. Last quarter, which was, I would say, maybe mid or early March, he did mention about his projects that he was working on and all sorts of stuff related to that.
So he was fully working from home, not... Was he coming in the office once in a
He
while?
would stop in every once in a while, typically towards like the end of the day, just to do any kind of synthesization that had to happen.
Okay. Was he bringing anything home?
Not that I know of, no.
No?
But he did have a penchant for testing his perfumes on himself, which I was obviously against for legal reasons, but I didn't stop him because I knew that that's his own liability.
Okay. Anything that he was working on nearing the end that stuck out? Anything at all?
Well, the only thing that he was working on nearing the end was... my God, the end. She kind of puts her hand on her head.
I'm sorry to use such dark language, but...
I want to know exactly what happened, to be honest with you, because Thomas was nice and smart, and whatever accident may have happened, I mean, truthfully, to get to the bottom of it would take a lot of weight off of my shoulders. I don't know. He was working on a couple of synthesization processes. AI sequencing, which was mostly, I don't want to say garbage, but wasn't amounting to much. We were going to shift resources to something else. He had one scent that he did make that he did like based off of it, and we had to sit down about it, but it wasn't ready just yet.
Did he seem agitated by that?
I wouldn't say so.
No.
If you don't mind me interjecting, when you say not ready just yet, we're FBI agents. We're not overly familiar with the processes of what you do. What would you say, to the best of your ability, is the determining factor of whether something is ready or not?
The scent was very nice. Lang 33, he called it. I would just say that we weren't ready for marketing a new product.
Okay.
We just had to have the resources available to allocate it towards direct marketing.
I'm more or less asking, not so much with the quality control per se, but what would be the process for determining if a specific scent is ready to be marketable?
Oh, if there's a targeted demographic, that could easily be...
That was what I needed. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And did Thomas have any interactions with Sebastian Clark
No.
that you know of?
God rest his soul.
I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss. I don't know how well you knew
I
him,
was
but
very, very close with his wife, Angel. Fine. No. As far as I know, Sebastian worked the night shift, and Thomas Meyer was only employed during the day, so there wouldn't really be much time for the two to interact. And truthfully, Thomas had no reason to be there at night at all.
okay.
So whether it was some late night work that he wanted to do or anything like that that caused this explosion to happen, I can't say.
What are the I imagine Thomas had a key to get in or something like that. I mean, you said he came in at night. Imagine you lock up for the night.
Yeah, so the doors are electronically locked. They need to be opened either from the inside or the outside. But we also have a manual lock.
So Sebastian would have let Thomas in.
That would be the assumption, yes.
Okay.
Did Sebastian know?
Thomas.
Thomas. Sorry.
No, they didn't have much of a relationship, like I mentioned.
So you don't feel it would have been like a familiar face if he were to have knocked on the door, maybe seen each other in passing?
Sebastian was aware of the different personnel that we had on staff, and I mentioned that it would not be likely that Thomas would arrive late at night like that, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility that some of our R&D workers would come to do overtime or, late night shifts or something like that. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility to say that Sebastian would have known Thomas, at least his face.
Is it fair to
but
say
they
that
were not particularly close or anything like that?
Is it fair to say that if presented with credentials identifying someone as a Fulvio employee,
Absolutely.
that Sebastian would allow someone inside?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's...
When was the last time you spoke with Thomas?
Probably mid-March, the last time that he and I sat down face-to-face.
The middle of March?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's when he explained about the AI project and Lang 33 and this new scent that he was looking to try and get on the shelves.
Right, so he was just starting off on that project and then pretty much radio silence from there. You hadn't checked up with him at all?
We had quarterly check-ins.
Quarterly?
We would be set for one in mid-June.
Right, so you probably just had one in March. Was that the quarterly when you sat down with him?
Yeah.
There? So, okay.
What's the process of verifying remote work? Zoom meetings? Are you tracking punches?
To be completely honest with you, Thomas had my full confidence as the head of R&D. He has made wonderful products for us in the past. I let him work on his passion projects because I knew that that's where we got our best results. Every quarter we would check in, like I said. He was working from home. I felt maybe he needed a little bit more time for himself. If he had medical issues or anything like that, I didn't pry, but he requested it, I granted it, and we were just starting to test the waters in that. If June rolled around and he wasn't as productive as I would have liked, we may have rescinded that. We may have set Zoom meetings or something like that. Skype, because Zoom isn't popular now because the pandemic hasn't happened, so probably Skype or Microsoft Teams.
Sorry to ask all this writing. Can I trouble you for a glass of water?
Absolutely.
Or even a Pepsi if you have one?
John, please. Jen, the husband kind of like looks up and looks over. We have water and ginger ale, tea.
Water would be phenomenal. Would you like one?
Water.
I'll be fine.
And he kind of opens up the fridge. Bottle or tap?
If you have bottles, that'd be great.
Bottle. Samantha, could you grab the bottles from the fridge? And she kind of like looks back, and they're in the garage. I'll just go grab them real quick.
Thank you so much. Really
She
appreciate it.
stands up and starts to scurry off.
Do you think we should ask if she has any access to the AI software that he was working with? Or do you think we're pressing too hard at this point?
I was going to start getting there. I'm going to start asking about where his materials are, if he took everything home.
Or if any of the data or anything was relayed to her, if there's a chemicals list of what they were producing, I imagine the CEO would have access to that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah.
Or at least should have access. I mean, she said he has, her full confidence, but I imagine he had to be giving her something from that quarterly meeting. Maybe if she has meeting notes or anything like that she could provide us.
Right, that was going to be my next vein. I was going to start digging into there.
All right, cool. Keep doing your thing.
Sure.
Quickly, she comes back with 3 bottles of water. She places 2 down on the table and grabs one for herself and starts drinking from it. Honestly, this has been shocking for everyone here. The loss of Thomas and the loss of Sebastian, it shocked us.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get to the bottom of it here to get everyone some closure. I mean, from what you're saying, it's probably just a one-off thing. Well, you mentioned about if he was meeting quotas by June, you'd probably talk to him. Was there any concern with that at all, or was he?
No, he was a very productive employee.
Okay. So with him being off-site, did he leave anything at the office, or did he bring pretty much everything home?
He had a laptop that he was working with remote. Any kind of synthesization would have to happen on site.
Right.
I know he was keeping notes and sorts of things like that, but all of that would be encrypted. We have all of our work information encrypted on our server, which
Okay.
is accessible from any of the employee computers.
Okay. Is there a way we could get a look at that?
Yeah, absolutely. I could provide you with his password, and you could either log in over at the office, or I could give you a laptop to log in remotely here.
That'd be perfect. And he was connected to that network when he was at home still?
He was, yes.
That was the same mesh network, so we'd be able to get into everything he was dealing with?
you would be able to see any of his research, any of his
That would
notes
be
there.
an amazing asset to us. That
Sure. Do you want me to get you it now, or do you want me to... You have any more
as
questions?
soon as we could get it, that'd be great.
I would just have to go check our logs.
You have to go to the office?
No,
and
I
check
have
it?
my laptop here.
Your laptop here? Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything right now. So if you want to go grab it, maybe we'll have something for you when you get back.
Sure. Do you want to access it here, or do you want to? Are you interested in going on site and accessing it there?
If we could go on site and do it, that'd be great. You could just give us a login and we could
Yep.
log in through his computer. The
Yep.
system's still up over there.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
All right. Give me 1 second. Let me go step away. I'll go get his password for you.
All right. Thank you.
She steps away.
I don't have anything.
No, I mean, that's more than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, I took notes.
That's-
And being on site will be such an advantage because we can at least, take a look at if we get a list of chemicals, what exactly was destroyed. Maybe it'll kind of narrow down what he was targeting when all this went down.
Right. I mean, if all of his information was on site, I mean, everything that he was working on at home on that laptop that's destroyed, we can get right into there.
No, I mean, it's huge. Let's just make sure we leave her with one of our contact infos or both. So if she thinks of anything or anything pops up, she can reach out to us.
Yeah, let's do
she
both.
seems very, very comfortable.
What's your number? Here. Oh,
It's 555 logs.
gotcha.
Few moments pass before she comes back with a small piece of paper in her hand. So I was able to check the IT database. This is his password. His login is T Meyer. You just have to
Okay.
make sure you're on the network. That's his password there.
T. Meyer, is that all uppercase?
Yes.
And then you got the password.
The password, yeah. LH. All right, and
Can I see that real quick? I just want to take a note of it.
is there any paper around? Anything at all I could write on? Or no? Like on the table.
I would say this, because they bought stuff to like prepare for the interview, like stationery to like take notes and stuff, and also
Oh, yeah, he's writing notes.
he's got notes.
Yeah, I literally just wrote it down.
Here. If you could write down our contact information on one of those pages and rip it out for her.
Yeah, that would be great.
So, wrapping up this conversation, anything else that you guys say after? Do you give her the information?
So
the
she's coming
contact?
back at this point?
She sat down. She gave you the password, and she's just.
All right,
looking
great.
over.
So we wrote it down. Yeah, I'm just going to say, Samantha, you've been an outstanding help. Really appreciate your time. I'm just going to leave you with my partner and I's contact information.
Absolutely, please.
If anything were to come up or anything hits your memory, I know sometimes in the heat of an interview some things slip your mind. If you connect any dots at all, just we're a phone call away. Please don't hesitate.
Could I ask you an honest question in this conversation? How long have you been investigating this?
Essentially since the beginning. We got put on the case, not 12 hours after the incident.
Would you say, at this point, in confidence, if you know whether this was an accident or not?
I can't say that with confidence, unfortunately. There's so many factors that go into it, and unfortunately, until the case is, fully combed through, not just by us two here, but also our partners who are still at the PD right now, I can't definitively say. I certainly, wouldn't want you to interpret that as something you should worry about. Of course, I'm just not at liberty to confirm or deny anything until we've concluded a full-scale investigation.
Could I ask for a favor?
You can ask.
If at any point during your investigation you find that Thomas Meyer has given proprietary information from Fulvio and Aid to any third party, would you make that clear to me?
Absolutely. I'd feel confident saying that.
Thank you.
No
I appreciate that.
All right. You'd mentioned you were close with Sebastian's wife, Angel.
Yes.
Angel Clark.
Yes.
Do you have her contact information just in case we need to get in touch with her?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
We'll probably try not to trouble her that much. I'm sure she's going through a really rough time right now, but just to be cover all our bases here.
She quickly takes out her phone and grabs a piece of paper and scribbles down a number and hands it to you.
I'll put it in my phone and pass the paper over to Galleon.
Can I just write down a number?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. 813-555 Yebs.
That was your number.
Yes.
Well,
I had him Google the area code for Tampa, Florida.
Awesome.
if there's anything else that you two need, please, like I said, I'm an open book. I want to get to the bottom of this just as much as you do.
Yeah, sure thing. We'll be keeping in touch. If anything comes across your mind, let us know, and we'll let you know.
Sure.
About our arrangement here. We'll get you some information.
She slaps her legs and stands up.
And for what it's worth, there's a great deal of confidentiality around this case. I certainly wouldn't want you worrying about the effects it has on your business. I highly recommend focusing on the effects it has on your people.
I'll take that into consideration. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the water, and we'll try to get out of your way here.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you
Pleasure.
for
Nice to
inviting
meet
us
you.
into your home.
Absolutely. Thank you. You guys make your way out,
Oh yeah.
exiting the home of Samantha Clemens.
Can I get a
Oh, yeah.
sneaky pound as we
We
walk out?
definitely knucks as we go out the door. Once the door closes behind us, I'm putting the fist out. I'm ready to rock.
Nux hit Nux as half of G-Cell finds himself concluding an interview with Samantha Clemens as the other half sits waiting for their prey for Ravenna Michelle's to show up for their interview. And that's where we're going to pick up next session.
Thank you for listening to this installment of 12 Gauge, a Nasty Table production.